Oh, Morgan wave, see what just happened there? That's a new thing you don't get in a regular BMW. What's in front of me? Hello, and you join me in Malvern, Worcestershire, because I've been invited down by Morgan to come and review a car, and that car is their new flagship model. And now you might be thinking, well, what is it? It's this right here. It's the brand new Supersport. The Supersport is Morgan's new flagship model, and it's a breath of fresh air for Morgan. It retains that traditional Morgan look, but with a beautiful modern twist. The Supersport is also the first Morgan to feature a boot in over a decade. It also features one of my favourite engines ever made. Now, I'm lucky enough to drive a range of different type of vehicles on this channel, and there are certain types of cars which I forget that I've driven. But when you drive a Morgan, that's something you never forget. They're quite literally unforgettable. I'm Max Devani. Welcome to Driven Plus. There's plenty of cars that I can think of and which I can buy for £100,000, and that's how much you're at least going to have to spend if you want a Morgan Supersport. This particular car I'm driving here is £128,000. For that much money, I can buy a BMW M3 CS Touring. But that's the thing, you don't really compare this car to anything else because there's no other car that does it which gives you the charm, the elegance, the respect, and something which makes you feel like you could literally turn up to Buckingham Palace and be let in. And people watching might think it's a lot of money to spend on a car in which you're only going to use on a sunny day. And you know what? You're probably right, but I don't see it like that. For me, you buy a Morgan for its craftsmanship, hand built. But before I get into more details, let me show you the engine. Now, one big design change with the Supersport is the fact there's no louvres in the bonnet. It's a very clean design. And now you might be thinking where it gets its air from. Well, you've got this air duct in the front of the car. You've also got it down the side here and in front of the driver too. And when we open the bonnet, here sits BMW's B58 engine. It's a 3-litre turbocharged straight six engine producing 335 horsepower and 500 newton meters of torque. It's also equipped with an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission, and it's the only option with this car, and I'll tell you my thoughts on that later on in this video because the B58 and the ZF automatic transmission is a match made in heaven. It's got a top speed of 166 miles per hour, and Morgan say it will do a 0 to 60 time of 3.9 seconds. So let's find out. Now, here's what I find really interesting about the Supersport. Now, this uses BMW's B58 engine, but I can't think of any other BMW which has the same weight of this, 1,170 kilos. Therefore, the Supersport has a power-to-weight ratio of 286 horsepower per tonne. That's more than the new BMW M2. Anyway, on your screen now are the stats and figures on this car, so pause your screen if you would like to look into them. So let's see if this car has launch control. Put it in Sport Plus. No, it does not, and I think I'm going to launch it with the traction off first, so just in sport to see what we're going to get. Here we go. What, spinning everywhere. It's fast. 5.02 there. Okay, and it's spun up. To be fair, there's no weight on the back end, so that doesn't surprise me. And one thing, to be fair, going for the Supersport here is the fact that it's been raining, as you would have seen already. So let's see if we can get any better. Here we go. That's so quick. 3.79. Well, there you go. How impressive is that? From a Morgan Supersport, 3.79 seconds. That's to impress me. Fair play. What a car. That just goes to show how quick this thing is. Oh, it's so quick. Fair play. I reckon it's got 3.5 seconds in it on a dry day, because it even spun up then as well. I'm on Pilot Sport 5s, in case anyone's wondering. But anyway, that's what it stacks up against. That's impressed me a lot. Let's go back to the review. The design of this car basically speaks for itself. Morgan would class this design as contemporary. It's modern looking, but yet with that traditional look. That's thanks to a mesh grille, LED front lights, which look fantastic, by the way, and a lot of smooth finishes. I'm a big fan, and the exterior colour of this car is called Copper Metallic. Morgan has given the Supersport two different types of roofs. One is this, it's a hard top, it's made out of carbon fibre. Good thing about carbon fibre is that it doesn't weigh much, so you can take it off and you can leave it at home, and it's not going to be heavy. But that's the problem though, you have to leave it at home, so when it does start raining, like it is now, you can't put a roof on. So Morgan has given you two different types of roofs, a folding soft top too. And the good thing is you can spec this and have this running in the autumn and winter, and when it comes to summer, you can just put the soft top on, and it's fantastic. You can go out on a sunny day, which is supposed to be today, and if it rains like it is now, you can just put it up, whereas you're limited with this thing. I have to admit though, this car looks 10 times better with the hard top. It just really complements that smooth sloping line back to the back of the car. Now, for the first time since the Aeromax, a Morgan now has a boot, and it's probably the perfect size for two large rucksacks or one large duffel bag. But what it's actually for is for the side screens, so you can take them off and you put them in there, and then you can move your rucksacks or duffel bags behind the seats. And if you have a look on the interior of the Supersport, there's no wooden frame showing. So what Morgan have done to remind you you are sat in a car with a wooden frame is left this ash exposed along the boot here, which is just special for me. That looks, it just looks traditional and a proper Morgan-like, doesn't it? For me, the best experience about Morgan is its interior. It's so minimal, but yet traditional looking at the same point. Now, everyone gets so caught up with new cars having massive infotainment screens and all this brand new technology. You sit in a Morgan and then you realise how fun a car can be, simply because from its interior experience. But you do get some modern touches, such as a digital driver's display, this BMW gear selector down here, which is the only thing I don't like about this interior. It would be nice if there was something bespoke made for this Morgan, but I believe there is something coming for that. You've got your speedometer on the left, your rev counter on the right. In the middle, you've got an analog clock, and underneath there, you've got air conditioning, hazards to blow your air by your seats, the start button, and to demist the front windscreen. And if you have a look at the dashboard, it's aluminium. Now, on traditional Morgans, it used to be wooden, but I believe it has to go to a different type of material other than wood, simply because of its airbag. Now, when we look at all the leather, it's very premium. It just feels a premium and well put together car. Now, I've just had a factory tour of Morgan, and the craftsmanship that goes into building a Morgan is second to none. If you realise where all your money's going when you're spending on the car, you come here, you get given a factory around the tour, and then you can realise where your money's being spent. It's being spent into proper top-class craftsmanship instead of robots, which most other manufacturers use. So what modern touches do you get in the Morgan? Well, you get heated seats, and there's a button hidden all the way under the steering column. Open the glove box and you've got two USB sockets, and the sound system is Sennheiser. Now, one cool fact about the Supersport is the fact that it comes with double wishbone suspension, front and rear. That's the same as an Alpine A110 and Porsche 911, and they're two of the best handling sports cars you can buy on the market. So how does it stack up in this? Well, one thing I've noticed already is how sharp the steering is. It feels so kind of pinpoint, it feels very precise on the road. And you put it in a corner, and this thing absolutely flies. Whoa, I tell you what, it's such a fun car. Like, it's still got that analog feeling you would expect from a car like this, so that's all good. But I would say this drives much better than I expected, because my only experience with a Morgan is with a Plus 4 2019 model. When I say Plus 4, I mean the number 4. You Morgan fans will know what I'm on about. So to drive this, everything just feels so connected, it feels engaged, it feels like a modern car but with a traditional skin, and that's essentially what the Supersport is, and I'm a big fan, I love it. So what's my thoughts on the Supersport then? Well, before I mentioned that you can only get this with an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. And if I was to take my Morgan head off for a minute, it's a great choice, because looking from the outside in, people would question, well, why the hell has that got an automatic transmission? A car like this doesn't suit an automatic. It does, trust me. Just because it looks traditional doesn't mean it needs traditional power. as in a traditional manual gearbox. It doesn't need a traditional naturally aspirated engine. No, this is a turbocharged engine with an automatic transmission, and it all works very well. And it's not just any automatic transmission and turbocharged engine. For me, they are the best on the market. The BMW's B58 and ZF's automatic transmission. Those two combined, you're not getting any better. And when you put it in a car which weighs around 1100 to 1200 kilos, the recipe is fantastic. You put your foot down and it flies. And one thing which makes the car feel lighter and more agile is the alloy wheels. The alloy wheels are the lightest Morgan have ever produced, and they're 18s on the front and 19s on the rear. So it's a staggered setup, meaning it's great for turning, and just the overall feel of the car is better. And the steering feel, it's 13% quicker than the older Plus 6 model. Oh, Morgan wave, see what just happened there? That's a new thing you don't get in a regular BMW. What's in front of me? With this Supersport though, it kind of opens your world up. With this hardtop, it makes a massive difference. All these windows are sealed, so in here now it feels like actually a conventional car. I could use this from day to day. It's got the same engine and gearbox as my BMW M140i, but it just looks 10 times better, doesn't it? I'd rather rock around in this than a BMW M140i, wouldn't you? Just a shame it costs 5 times as much. But yeah, I feel as if with this new Supersport, it probably appeals to us younger generation than more of an older generation, because I really like the modern touches, the heated seats, just like the gearbox, the interior layout. Big fan, Morgan. I appreciate what you've done here, and if you're thinking of buying the Supersport, then trust me, it's worth every penny. It retains that Morgan experience, but yet with a modern twist, and this is what I love about this car. It's fantastic in every way. So thank you for Morgan. I've now got to take this car back to the factory now, which I'm quite sad about. So unfortunately, all good things have to come to an end. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it and press that subscribe button, and we'll see you all very soon for another Morgan video. So I've got a review on an Aero Max coming, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Thanks guys, thanks for watching, see you soon, bye bye.